if I was a spaceship captain, and no one's saying I'm not, I'm just waiting for NASA to develop some warp technology, I'd probably be less worried about what the Muppets in Power Armor are doing to each other, and ignoring the hippies in bathrobes who are overcompensating with supercharged glow sticks, and I'd be more worried about making sure that the ship hasn't exploded and that I'm not going to be examining a star at extremely close range. However, because 95% of gaming is run by people who still think that only prepubescent teenagers buy video games, we get milk franchises with Space Marines, and we're not talking about the occasional one that actually has a story. We're talking the me human, you alien, me kill you now mentality. You know which ones I'm talking about. Now, this is why I like indie devs. They aren't slowed down by corporate douchebaggery, and they don't force multiplayer into the games, nor do they have day one DLC. They can create genius games, and the mainstream industry just wonders how they missed it. Well, time to get on with the review. FTL is a roguelike game set in space, and I can't think of anything that isn't improved with warp drives and lasers. You have a ship, a skeleton crew, and are tasked with delivering some crucial data across the galaxy. Or was it Fleet Command's Chinese takeaway? The story isn't that concrete or important. Random encounters abound, and combat is inevitable. But you don't have to fight. If you know what you're doing, you can upgrade your engines to a stupidly overpowered level and simply keep running, or beef up your shields and go in guns blazing. Anyway, I got the game to see if it was any good after picking up on a bit of Kickstarter hype, and, ignoring the tutorial, made my first jump straight into an asteroid field and my ship exploded before I could even say shields up. So I thought, okay, bad situation. I'll play a coward and run away from everything. Then, about 2 sectors down the line, I ran out of fuel, and I couldn't buy any because I hadn't destroyed any ships to get scrap to trade with, which means I couldn't trade for any more fuel, and I had to pray that I got some help before I got a rebel cruiser up the Yingling. And what happens? I get a rebel destroyer up the wazoo and a laser shell worthy of Iron Maiden. After that impromptu pooning, I rushed through the tutorial, and it turns out you can't do anything without any power, and if subsystems get hit, they don't work, which might have explained why about half my crew in the first playthrough were choking at their throats before the ship exploded. So I sifted off again, naming my crew David, Arnie, and Kat, and went back into the wild black yonder. After a few battles that left me battered, I found a store, patched my hull up with space duct tape, and bought another weapon. And I forgot to upgrade my systems to power it, so that left me with what can literally be described as a giant death beam of doom, and me trying to power up a pair of AA batteries I found on the back of the sofa. But I kept going. However, as with all roguelikes with random things, you get stupid deaths you can't do smeg about. As your ship can't jump very far and you have to avoid the pursuing rebel fleets, you sometimes get dead ends where you can't go forward and have to backtrack. And in my case this was backtracking straight into the rebel fleet. And my weapon was out of juice. Needless to say, that didn't end well. So 2 deaths later I decided to play it slow, not doing anything stupid. And by God, this game sucks you in like an Amsterdam hooker with a vacuum cleaner. And it doesn't let go for ages. And I played through the night. 8 hours later, and count the stupid deaths, I won. Barely. But I won. And I felt like the king of the world because of it.